Hey everyone, welcome back to CodeThrow. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create your anime character to retarget with the game animation sample template. So let's go ahead and get started. And as you can see, anime character is working perfectly fine, like so. This is a Patreon request, so let's just jump in and go ahead and get started. If you want to support my channel, feel free to check out my Patreon link in the description below. So I'm just going to head over to my Epic Launcher and create a game animation sample template by clicking Create Project. And then I'll just call this Game Anime. And after the project launches, I'm just going to go ahead and create a Vroid Studio character. So you can just head over to vroidstudio.com or simply just go to Steam and download it. It is a free app to use. And as you can see, it is available on Steam, Windows, Mac, and even from the Apple Store. After launching it, I'm just going to go ahead and select this character over here. I'll just try Avatar Sample B. And then I'll click on this export button on the very top right and click export as VRM. And then I'll just click export again. And I'll just leave it as whatever default is, export 0 or VRM 0.0, and click export. Next, I just need to head over to the VRM4U plugin, which is by Ruyo, and that'll be linked in the description below. And I'm just going to scroll down and look for releases. So over here, it'll say releases. And I'll just go ahead and download the latest version because I'm using UE 5.5, and there's a 5.5 version right here. I'll download the .zip. And now you can see it is extracted on the left over here. It comes in as a plugins folder already. So I can just drag and drop this into my project file. And in my project, I'm just going to right click on my content and click show in Explorer. And with this open, I'm simply just going to go up to the project name, which is Game Anime. And I'll just go ahead and I can just copy this in like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and restart my project. And now with my project restarted, I'm just going to head over to edit and go to plugins, look for that VRM4U, make sure it's enabled, and it is correctly loaded in as I can see here. And now I can just go ahead and import my anime character. So I'll right click and create a new folder. I'll just call this anime character, and then I'll double click to open this up. And I'm just going to drag in that Vroid model that we saved in here. So I have this avatar sample B. I'll just drag and drop in here. And I'm simply just going to click import. And I'm just going to wait for everything to import. You'll see all the textures and so on. We have our UEFN retargeter and yeah, our character. Basically, everything is pretty much good to go. And now after importing our anime character, I'm going to go ahead and go to Windows and make sure that world settings is checked. And on the right side with world settings open under my game mode, I'm going to look for my default pawn class, which is the CBP sandbox character, and click on the magnifying glass just to take me to the folder it's in. And I'm just going to go into retargeted characters, and you can really duplicate any of these except for these two because there's multiple characters in these. I'm just going to choose my CBP sandbox character Quinn, hit Control D to duplicate, and call this CBP underscore anime. And now I'm going to double click to open this up, and I want to go over to the skeletal mesh and just change my mesh, the skeletal mesh asset, to the avatar sample B that we imported. I'll go ahead and hit compile save, and with skeletal mesh still selected, in the details, I'm going to look for the component tag. And because we duplicated it, it's going to use the same retargeter, which is the RTG UEFN to UE5 mannequin. I'm just going to change this to RTG underscore anime. And I'll go ahead and go back, and with the mesh selected, this looks good to me. You want to make sure that the skeletal mesh is that SKM UEFN mannequin, and skeletal mesh is the anime avatar that you imported, along with the anim class being the ABP generic retarget. And now because we did change the component tag to that RTG underscore anime, we need to tell that to our animation blueprint by going over to our ABP generic retargeter. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this magnifying glass and double click to open this up. And now with this open, you're going to see under retargeter maps, there is a bunch of different types of retargeters. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this plus icon to add an element. And I want to type in that same component name we added to our CBP anime. So we have this RTG anime. So I'm just going to copy and paste the name. Remember, it is case sensitive. And then I'm going to look for the RTG that came with our Vroid Studio sample when we imported it. So when I go back to my anime character folder, there is a RTG to UEFN underscore avatar sample B. And I can go ahead and just use this in. So I'll hit compile and save. And now when I go back to my map and actually drag in that anime character that we created, the CBP anime, over to my default pawn class and hit play, you're going to see that now I can move and run around as my anime character. And it works exactly how it's intended. And you can even test out the traversals. So I'll go ahead and test this out. Bam, boom, easy. And yeah, looks pretty good to me. Thanks for watching Code of the Row. Thanks for the Patreon requests, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.